Hello, everyone. Today is the full version review and analysis of One Piece episode 1134. Let's begin right now. Episode 1134 begins with the emotional reunion of Robin and Sol from the last scene of episode 1133. Luffy expresses his gratitude to Sol, saying, "Thanks to your help, everyone was able to protect Robin." Zoro let out his usual cheerful laugh and said, Hey, Robin has found some good friends." He replied, "I'm really glad," and created a warm atmosphere. Robin, with a heartfelt expression, said, "Yeah, they are important comrades who protect me." Upon hearing this, the Straw Hat crew couldn't hold back their emotions and began to shed tears. Afterward, Lilith introduced herself as part of Vegapunk and started to tell an astonishing story. She opened a box that she had brought from Egghead and said, "Inside this is a complete clone of Vegapunk." Afterward, Lilith added, "This is also the result of research conducted in Elbaf 20 years ago," and revealed the past in which they had to hide this research to avoid the world government surveillance. She shared her plans for the future, saying, "It is dangerous to revive Stella right now, but I intend to continue the research in Elbaf and find a cure for Kuma as well." If that's true, this is undeniably shocking news. When Lilith said she could revive the already deceased Vegapunk, it was truly a bombshell statement. And in fact, the fact that she had already created Vegapunk using that method before is the same thing. Perhaps this is one of the clues suggesting that Vegapunk has been in existence that has continued from a very ancient time? In the next scene, the Straw Hat crew is shown exploring a village of the giant tribe in Elbaf. In the center of the village, there is a school called Willos Academy, where scenes of the giant tribe's children energetically studying are portrayed. Usopp asks the children, "Do you also want to go on an adventure someday?" But a giant teacher named Ripley appears and answers, "These children are concentrating on learning Elbaf's traditions and wisdom rather than on adventures." She then tells the story of the legendary King Harold of Elbaf. King Harold was a person who tried to make Elbaf a nation of peaceful negotiations and trade instead of war. However, after his death, it is explained that Elbaf remains without a king to this day. After that, a giant teacher named Ripley gazes at Luffy and asks, "By the way, Luffy, would it be possible for you to show us your transformed white form? Just like a warrior from our Elbaf myths, I would like to see that form once." The scene shifts to the Owl Library, where Robin and Zoro are walking and talking together. Zoro says, "Since the Ohara incident, I couldn't forget the efforts of the scholars." He reminisces, "So, together with Halden and his comrades, I returned to Ohara and rescued the books." And then Zoro says, "Ah, Robin." And then Zoro says, "When entering this library, you should be careful with the book you're holding." Robin shows a questioning expression. And immediately after that, upon entering the library, Robin experiences a mysterious phenomenon where the book he was holding suddenly becomes extremely large. When Robin is surprised by this sudden change, Zoro says while laughing, "All the books in this library are under a spell that causes them to become huge when you enter here." He explains, "It's a place like a treasure chest filled with all the knowledge of Ohara." Robin recalls memories from his childhood when Dr. Clover introduced books to him and sheds tears. After that, in the underworld, the conversation between Loki and Mosa continues. Loki says to Mosa, "The terrible events you experienced are still troubling you, aren't they? If I had been there, I would have resolved everything," he says. Mosa says, "Loki, you may look scary, but I know that you have a warm heart," and tries to comfort Loki. Even amidst subtle tension, their conversation shows their willingness to understand each other. Meanwhile, Dory and Bragi are drinking while waiting for the Straw Hat crew. Meanwhile, a massive lightning bolt strikes the sky of Elbaf, and a magic circle appears in the center of the castle. Among the two individuals wearing black cloaks who emerged from the magic circle, one of them was a person resembling Shanks, and the other was a new character whose identity has not yet been revealed. With the appearance of these two, the fate of Elbaf takes a new turn. Chapter 1134 was filled with various elements that demonstrate the expansion of the One Piece universe, including the reunion of Robin and Zoro, Lilith's secret plans, and even the unique culture of the Elbaf giants. It was an episode that gave readers both emotion and excitement simultaneously. The story was indeed a shocking development that surprised the readers. Because one of the characters who appeared had the same face as Shanks. But could this person really be the Shanks we know? Or is he someone entirely new? I would like to explore that possibility from now on. The scene in this story where a character with the same face as Shanks appeared was very impressive. He appeared wearing a black robe, and next to him was a completely new companion, not from the red-haired pirate crew. This aspect created an atmosphere different from the conventional Shanks and raised many questions among the viewers. In particular, the fact that this person was wearing a black robe brings to mind the scene where Shanks had a one-on-one meeting with Oroso in the past. However, his true identity remains a mystery. First of all, the initial proposed possibility is the clone theory. In the One Piece universe, the concept of clones has already been introduced. For example, in Chapter 1072, it was revealed that Miss Buckingham Stussy of the Rocks Pirates was a clone, which gave fans a big shock. Based on this setting, it is entirely possible that Shanks is also a clone created using ancient technology. If this hypothesis is correct, clone Shanks might be operating under orders from the world government. In particular, the fact that Shanks' scar over his left eye was not visible during his past encounter with Oroso serves as strong evidence supporting the clone theory. Secondly, we can consider the possibility that Shanks has a twin brother. Through the One Piece movie film Red, it was revealed that Shanks is from the Figueran family, but during the past God Valley incident, a man named Fgarland Garling. The fact that this person had the same face as Shanks is very intriguing. Considering all this information, it suggests the possibility that Shanks has a twin brother. One grew up with the Roger Pirates and chose the path of a pirate, while the other might have been raised by the world government and walked a completely different path. In this case, Shanks' twin brother could possibly appear as a member of the Holy Knights or a high-ranking official of the world government. Thirdly, we can consider the possibility that this person is an entirely new, independent character unrelated to Shanks. We cannot rule out the possibility that an important member of the Holy Knights or the world government has appeared with the same appearance as Shanks. However, looking at the developments in this chapter, it is certain that many clues have been provided, making it hard to see this as simply a new character who happens to look similar. Another piece of evidence supporting the twin theory can be found in a famous interview from Japan. Another piece of evidence supporting the twin theory can be found in a famous interview from Japan. Another piece of evidence supporting the twin theory can be found in a famous interview from Japan. If there weren't two Shanks, simply answering no, that's not the case would have sufficed. Additionally, Shanks' family name, Fgarland, evokes the twin brothers Romulus and Remus from ancient mythology. They were discovered under a fig tree, and fig in English could potentially be related to the origin of the name Fgarland. Another clue supporting both the clone theory and the twin theory of Shanks is the increasingly significant role the concept of clones has been positioned to play in the One Piece universe. For example, the resemblance between Zoro's friend Kuina and Tashigi has already become material for the clone theory among many fans. Additionally, artificial humans like the Pachifista, created based on scientific power, and clone humans known as Seraphim have already been introduced. Given how deeply clones are rooted in the world of One Piece, Shanks may not be exempt from this concept either. What is certain is that the two Shanks will likely be at the center of a major turning point in the One Piece story. One of Shanks' twin brothers chose the path of a pirate, while the other followed a different fate as a member of the world government's Holy Knights. Whether the other Shanks is a clone or a twin brother, they must have already grown up in completely different environments and developed different perspectives. That's why, when they meet again, it will likely be connected to the conclusion of One Piece. Shanks has already been established as a friendly ally to Luffy. Therefore, it's not hard to predict that when Luffy faces the Holy Knights, Shanks will become a source of strength for him. The other Shanks who appeared in Chapter 1134, whatever his true identity may be, he will likely confront Shanks in the final battle. The other Shanks, and Fgarland Garling and the ultimate antagonist, Emu. I'm very excited to see what actions they will take in the final conclusion. Thank you for watching until the end today. In the next video, we'll delve deeper into the secrets hidden in Elbaf and the Void Century. Your subscriptions and likes greatly support the creation of our videos. Thank you very much.